Hello and welcome to Michael's vlog. It's April 16th, or it's 2 a.m. of April 16th, and you're watching the 40-Day Fast series. So, I began this series to challenge myself that we're not gonna eat any pork, beef, or chicken for the entirety of the Lenten season, which is ending this week. So, this week is what we usually call Holy Week here where I'm from in the Philippines, and it's gonna be culminated this Sunday on Easter Sunday. So we're gonna make it, and it's a good feeling that challenge is about to be done, and I guess there's time to reflect at a later date since it is 2 a.m. and we need to get some rest. Good and bad for today. I guess one bad thing which does stand out is that I went to take a nap for 5 minutes. Like or like 10 minutes. I set an alarm and everything, and you know how 10 minutes becomes 1 hour. So it wasn't all that pleasant, but it does happen from time to time. Maybe it just signifies that I did lack some rest. I usually notice that uh, if I drive for an accumulated uh, hour, an hour and 30 minutes or so, uh, I get tired, very tired. Uh, there's some pain in the lower back. It's probably because humans aren't designed to sit, and when you're driving, you're literally just sitting, and you can't really stand around and stretch while you're driving. So, yeah, that's probably it. Not supposed to sit for that long of a duration anyway, so don't think there's anything serious involved. But yeah, take naps. But the second bad thing, or the second thing in relation to that, is because the reason I was taking a nap was because I had a lot of things to do, and I didn't plan out the day again. And I guess there's always an importance in planning out what you do need to get done within the day so that you do get it done, so that you know that you have something to do instead of, because everyone has a lot of things going on, but then when you don't have a plan to what you need to do for the day, you're going to get lost in all those things, and then you're gonna feel the overwhelming pressure of all the things coming down on you, and you just want to lie down and take a nap, which turns into an hour nap, and that's bad. So don't do that. What's a good thing for today? Yesterday, the reason why I didn't have a vlog up yesterday was because I got home a lot later than I thought I would from that engagement. So we met with one of the projects that I'm doing, and we're supposed to meet at 1 o'clock. My friend got there at 3 o'clock. So kind of a bad show, but the result is fine anyway. So we ended up catching up because it's been a couple of years since we met. Uh, and I don't know, it was very interesting catching up. But most of the revelation came more on towards the end of the meeting, where there's a nice moment of kind of spiritual understanding on both of our parts, and understanding how there was a lot in play of God's greatness and God's work in our lives, and how He's helped us in different ways. And as the night went on, I kind of mulled over that thought uh, before I went to bed, and it was still with me when I woke up. What she said to me was this: uh, because the truth of the matter is, I've always been kind of afraid to completely surrender myself, because I have this gnawing feeling that I don't want to become a priest, and I have another feeling that I've also been given this great gift of speech where I'm able to talk with a lot of conviction, I guess, and honesty to people. But in my idea, I thought that this gift was given to, and the ability to understand things very well was given to preachers and priests. So I always assumed that if if that would happen, if I would surrender myself completely, then there would be no other choice. I would then become a priest, and that's not something that I wanted to do. And then, but I realized that it's a very human thing to think. It's very human to assume you know what God wants for you, and because who are you to determine what fate determines? Who are you to think on the same level as a divine being? You're not divine at all, so why would you pretend to know as much? But what she said to me was this, which it struck a chord, which kind of is what pushed me over the edge to kind of allow myself to surrender. Was that whatever God wants you to do, you'll be happy doing it. And you know, that makes a lot of sense. And I really didn't think about it that way uh, for that time, because I was really conflicted and focused and selfish on the understanding from my own understanding, the perspective from my own understanding that, well, I can do God's work and preach God or whatever as long as I don't become a priest, because I don't want to become a priest, because it is all about me. But then I realized, and when she said that, it's like, whatever you're gonna do, if it's in God's will, you're gonna be happy. And, well, isn't that what we all want? We all just want to be happy. Because we've been doing a lot of, I've been doing, why do I also always say we? I've been doing a lot of things in the past couple of months in the pursuit of happiness. But there's always this sense of unfulfillment. But it's a story for another time about the things that we've been doing. But there's always this sense of it's like a gnawing feeling of not ever being satisfied with what you've been doing, and it seemed like there was a brilliance when she said that, because that it really hints at the divine power, that God knows your true intentions more than yourself. So that means that if it's in his will that I become a priest, maybe, then I'll probably be happy doing that. Or if it's also in his will that I'm not a priest and I have a family, then I'll be happy doing that also. But the fact of the matter is, you're not gonna be able to reach that level of satisfaction without surrendering yourself to a higher understanding first. So I guess a lot of the times we're very prideful, and uh, we think that we know what's best for us. And I guess the journey is a bit easier when you have religion as a guiding post. I as a religious person, I'm not exactly sure how, or probably I'm not sure if there are any atheists listening to this at this point, especially if you're from the future, because no one's watching this right now. Recording in this in the April of 2019, but I'm sure there's a lot of good atheists out there. I have lots of good atheist friends, but I guess there's some solace to be found in allowing yourself to surrender to a higher being compared to surrendering ourselves to the complete nothingness of the universe, because that feels a little bit more depressing. I guess the whole point of religion is that it gives you some meaning. But in any case, in actually both spectrums, regardless of you're religious or not, a lot of the happiness and success comes after a lot of introspection. So I guess the lesson here isn't about drawing lines between the religious and the not religious, but it's drawing the line between people who know and try to understand themselves and the people that don't. So that's actually a lot of time talking about this. Um, and it's 2 a.m., so I hope everyone's enjoying their Lent. God bless everyone, and I'll see you tomorrow.